Hello everybody. Hey, got a little something different for the channel today. If you're really into RC cars, I'm not going to do a normal review on this because this doesn't really fall into line with what I normally do. But I am going to do a review on it. This car was sent to me, and I had to kind of reassess this thing to figure out where it fit. But what I see is there actually is a market for this, and I'll explain on the other side of the intro. I'm going to do something a little different today. I've got a little RC car that doesn't really fit into the standard RC market, so I'm not going to do a conventional unboxing on it or anything. I'm going to hit some of the points here pretty quick and fast. This does not have proportional steering. Got your trim down here on the bottom to make it go straight. It's an all right or all left turn, but the car only runs maybe 6 or 7 miles an hour, so it's not that big a deal. I drove it around. It's easy to control, but it does have proportional speed forward and reverse. The focal point of this is it has an FPV camera. There's no stabilization in the camera. It does come with an app. It comes with this controller. The controller is large enough to accommodate a big phone. This is an iPhone 7 Plus, so 7 Plus, 8 Plus, 11, 12 Plus, doesn't matter, with the case on it, and it hangs on to it pretty good. You turn the app on and you can control the camera through the app. If you've got a pair of goggles, there is an FPV mode so that you have the split screen. You can put this into your goggles and drive it that way. I'll say there's no stabilization on the video, so it's a little bit bouncy. And there's also a mode in there, a gyroscopic control mode. You don't have to use a controller. You can actually steer the car and run the throttle from the screen on your phone. And I think the throttle you have to push forward and back on the little fake button, but the other part of it you can actually tilt back and forth to steer the car. So what I'm seeing as a market for this is younger kids, like if you've got grandkids, nieces, nephews, kids, whatever. The way this thing is set up, it's got a proprietary battery in it, and what it is, it's 4 14500 lithium ion cells, and it's 7.4 volts, so it's a parallel series configuration. There's 2 red and 2 black wires. You'll have to charge it with the charger that is supplied with it, and I don't see a way easily to change it over to anywhere the other way. There's no balance connector other than what's inside the circuitry inside the battery. It comes with 2 batteries, and I'm going to speculate that you're probably going to get 20 to 25 minutes of runtime on this thing at 6 or 7 miles an hour, where I see this as being good for an entry point for kids. The battery cover has a retainer screw, so the kids can't pull the battery out and play with it. Same thing on the bottom of the remote. There's a retainer once you put the batteries in, so kids can't take the batteries out. I'm thinking this is going to be a good entry point. It's got a kind of a military off-road look. It does not have a Lexan body. It's a hard body. Only going 5 or 6 miles an hour. The kids are not going to be able to hurt themselves with it or hurt their friends with it. And with the hard body on it, I think it's going to be pretty durable. I don't think they can tear it up, not easily anyway. Anything can be broken, but I think this is going to be reasonably durable. In motion, I'm going to say that the driving at FPV, you're going to need to be on a fairly smooth surface. Anything that's overly choppy, and the video is pretty bad. Although when it's stopped, it takes reasonably good video, 720p, but it takes reasonably good video. It accommodates an ST or micro SD card, and you can record it directly into the phone. So overall, a good entry point if you're just trying to generate interest in either radio control cars, video, or photography for kids. I think this is a pretty good entry point, and you know, without breaking the bank. So I'll put a link down below. I'll try to throw some footage up behind me of the car running, and maybe some of the video footage from the car in a stationary position and kind of bouncing down the driveway. So that's about all I got on this. I'm not going to do an unboxing on it. If I think of anything else, I'll throw it in the video, but pretty much that's going to cover it. I do think there's a valid market for this car. I just don't think, if you've been into RC for a while, this isn't going to fit into what you're doing. And as a full disclaimer, this was sent to me free of charge, and they're not going to review this video. They may not like this video, but I'm going to tell you what I think about it. So that's my thoughts on it. If you're trying to generate interest, it's a good entry point for younger kids, and I'd say, I think they say 8+ on the box, and I'm going to say 6 to 9 or 10, maybe 11 if they've never been involved in this at all. 6-ish or so with supervision, at least at first. Just my opinion. So take that for what it's worth. I appreciate everybody. If anybody's still here, I appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys down the road.